Hello, it's December. I've got my cozy clothes on and we're going to get back into the Blackout Club for some lore today. The story of the Blackout Club is ending and I think all of us are grateful to Question for all they've done with the game, and it really has been an incredible journey. This video is mostly aimed at new players to explain what happened and a bit of what you'll see as you get around Redacre, but for experienced players, maybe you've missed something, I probably have missed something. If you have something relevant to add, then do feel free to put that in the comments. I'm just going to jump in while I'm finishing the intro. Today we're going to be taking a tour of the Redacre Overground. We know quite a bit about some of the houses, so I'm going to be going over some lore. Some houses we don't know much about, but for the ones that we do, I'm going to be talking about who lives there and what they've been up to, and I can show you where to find most of the evidence as well as we go. Just before I head out, the info I've got from this video is it comes from some player interactions, but it's mostly from the Blackout Club wiki, and also you've got your little box called laptop here. As you uncover evidence, you'll get loads of notes about everything. Some of these you can see apply directly to houses, and they're under those. So I can see Devon's diaries, etc. under the house numbers. So we're going to get out there, starting in Lower Hoadly, and I'll just go around some of the houses in order, telling you what we know so far. So here we are, just starting in the cave northeast of 922 Hoadly. So this is just between the two sections. We're going into Lower East Hoadly first, which is the part of town you start with, the bit higher up. You don't get right at the start. Sometimes there's some evidence right along this cliff, but not today. Okay, it's heading back towards 922 Hoadly. Sometimes there's a poster on this wall, again not today. I'm going to jump around the back. This one is 922 Hoadly, that's the address. There's a window open there, so I know I can get into the house. Just going to check around here. There's a camera, so I've got to be careful. Sometimes there's a poster here, again not today. And sometimes there's a laptop on this table or a bag on the bench. Whoop. Right, let's go into the house. So with a running jump from that fence, you can get inside. And we're in. So 922 Hoadly has some interesting people in it. There's a couple, Siobhan and Nayeli. I guess this is their room. And there's a lot about a baby, which I will get to in a moment. Oh, a tripwire. Nice. Okay, sometimes there's a slipwire. Sometimes there's a suitcase in the corner. And so you can see from the photos a lot about a baby. That room, I'm going to explain it after. Let's just go around. Here we go, Siobhan, Nayeli and the baby. So, Siobhan and Nayeli are a couple. They wanted a baby. Chorus, the company that runs the town, prefers adoptions and insisted on providing the donation that Siobhan and Nayeli needed for a baby because they wanted one. However, they made their own decision. Siobhan wanted a biological connection to the baby, which caused, some friction between the two of them because Nayeli didn't want to go against Chorus. For this connection, they chose Colm Ryan. Colm is Siobhan's brother. And he was a follower of Chase the Sun, symbol you can see broken here. We'll come back to that. They used Colm as a donor and had the baby, but Chorus found out, and they don't like it if you go against them. Coming back to Colm and this symbol, we don't usually say names, but I don't think they're listening anymore. Colm wanted to take the baby away from Redacre, but he was the last follower of Chase the Sun who wouldn't help him, so Colm turned to the idea. Chase the Sun used to be a voice that represented fair competition and was connected to Hunt the Strong. TID used to be much more susceptible to dares, and Hunt the Strong dared him to make Colm break this sculpture instead, which is kind of what made the Hunter grow so powerful at the start, consuming Chase the Sun. After that, Colm and the baby both disappeared. We're pretty sure HTS has the baby. Not sure what's happened to them. But I'd like an answer to that. If people know anything, I vaguely remember the unknown caller when he was released saying something about a baby being around, but I don't know if I've just imagined that or made it up. I cannot find that record anywhere, but maybe I've just missed it. If anyone knows, feel free to say in the comments. So yeah, that's Siobhan, Nayeli, Colm, and baby, as well as what happened to chase the sun. Right, other places. I think sometimes there is some evidence in this room as well. There can be a suitcase up there. It's not there today, so we're good. Which evidence have I got? 14. There should be a fair bit to find. Moving down through the house, sometimes it can be a laptop on their kitchen table. Sometimes something in the pantry. Not today. And then the other things, usually sofa or the laptop is there. There we go. So yeah, it can also be something on there. Usually houses only tend to have one bit of evidence each though. Just turning lights off is a useful thing to remember if you get to the higher levels. Well, not even that high. It stops turning lights off to stop Lucid seeing you is a good idea. Right, I'm actually done with this house then. Move on to the next one. So I'm just going to stick down this side of the road, go on to 920. Which is where some Wellesleys live. Just sneaking along to avoid this drone, which is awkwardly hovering. Okay, sometimes there's a duffel bag in that corner, not there. I think something on this table. Again, not there yet. It could be a suitcase. Would like that to move. I think there's evidence on the other side of that fence sometimes. Let's go over to this one. I think this side can have a poster against that fence. Let's have another scout at these windows. There's an open window there. Which windows are open and stuff is going to be different each time you play in the game. Sometimes there's not one open, but every house has a way down to the underground, so you can just go down one tunnel and up another if there's nothing open. Or you can pick the locks or even kick a door down, but that can get you in trouble. Right, nothing here as well. Sometimes there can be a bag on the floor. Right, I need to get inside the house, so let's do that now. So, the Wellesley family lives here. You might know about Grandma, but this wasn't her house. They're relatives of hers. The twins are an interesting one. SAO is particularly keen on observing them. But yes, anyways, I'm getting distracted. The office can have a laptop up here. They've got a really interesting, weird collection of stuff that they want or already have from this house. As chorus, which I will get to in a moment. This room where the twins sleep sometimes has evidence up there. Not today. Oh, what a lovely dog. And the mission I'm doing has some sound dampers in here. So check the office in that bedroom. I think the only other one is downstairs. Maybe I'll get into a closet and read through my notes on what it is that's been taken from this room. Oh yeah, manifest shows Chorus collected some weird things. Blood DNA from a discarded bandage from Margot. They've got house and mailbox keys. Right, chill your beans. They've got a photo ID of Marshall. Things they want include a DNA sample from Marshall, so the other twin. Car keys. They want Margot's exercise playlist, which is an interesting one. I wonder if that's some kind of song interference or something. Anyways, evidence. I'm getting seen through the window. Sometimes there can be a laptop on this armchair. Not today, so there's no evidence in this house. And there's a way to the underground over there. Okay, next house. The last one on this side of the road is the bungalow, which is 918, which the Esposito house You'll have heard these names be mentioned a few times if you've been in any of my streams. Sometimes there's evidence out here on the table. It can be a laptop. Can be a couple on the front porch. I might check those on the way out. Often a box here though, so some useful things sometimes. Nice that a back window has been open for us. There's a sleeper coming past. Often in this house what I do is tag the sleeper just so there is keep track of moving around. It's wooden floors, so you have to be really careful. Sneaking. I'll just check the front porch now. There can be stuff in that corner, or sometimes tucked against this, but nope, not today. It's both cleared. There can sometimes be some evidence in the kitchen as well on that table. So yeah, this is a really interesting house. There's a couple, Alberto and Harper. Harper's gone missing. And then two kids, Kiara and Devin, are also missing at the moment. I believe. That goes down to Devin's room. I'll head there later. Maybe I should just do something about the sleepers. They're not slowing me down so much. Harper has gone missing in very suspicious circumstances. This is their room. It's Alberto. Some more dampers for me. But yeah, Alberto received a letter, seemingly from Harper, saying, "Albie, I love you, but I can't stay like this. I just don't belong the way you all belong here. Problem isn't Redacre, it's me. I guess I just don't deserve the quiet life. Not yet. Kiara will be fine. She's perfect. I don't know how she came from me. But please don't take it out on Devin. She's almost 17. With me there, she'll run out of time. So proud to brandish the word alone like a knife. Selfish in her pain. That she gets from me. I can't fix her. That's why I need to leave. But I will be back, Albie, and I'll be different. I promise. I only hope you'll wait for me. Love, Harper." But Alberto was getting this checked from a handwriting specialist as it was intercepted, so he was obviously suspicious. The other thing that's suspicious is the misgendering of Devin, who uses they, them pronouns, and Harper knows this, and I don't think would have misgendered them like that. Which is another thing that there's also voice call transcripts we've got from calls between Harper and Devin after Harper disappeared. And the same things happens again, and Devin's suspicious, so clearly something not right there. This is Kiara's room, which is super creepy. If you know SAO's symbol, you'll see that this "I'm 11 now" isn't just a birthday celebration. Kiara is the youngest Lucid in town, and is reported by Devin as having lots of creepy behaviour. Sometimes there's evidence on a table up there, or sometimes on this bunk bed, which is why I just jump up here without thinking about it these days. So yeah, Kiara, the youngest Lucid, she wanted to be part of this speaking pair of SAO, but I think was rejected. We'll probably find out more on sundown. I think she's missing at the moment. Not entirely sure. Devin said some really weird things about her, like her letting someone into the house, like a kind of shrink, and them those two nodding at each other as if they know each other. She's fluent in Old Tongue and never really acted like a child, is what reports say. Oh, she's also known to be a bit of a psychopath. The reason she wasn't chosen to be part of that speaking pair is possibly due to some of her habits. She's reported to having many abilities but no restraints, and having an extreme interest in the pain of others as well as her own. So, yeah. And while other Lucids have been known to feel some level of guilt, Kiara doesn't. We'll get more onto Kiara later in a moment when I'm talking about grandmother, but that's a few houses away. We're going to go down to Devin's room. There can also be a couple of evidence spots. So can be a briefcase behind this curtain or a poster against the wall over here. Got neither. So here's Devon. And there'll be a picture of Harper. Devon's been struggling with a lot. You get quite a few of Devon's journals just from finding evidence. They'll be released to you in the boxcar. TRD said something about how Devon might have been a dance first chosen, but later go down the dead skeptic route, renouncing voices. And yeah, Devon feels very alone. Sort of says that they didn't have any words or anything for being non-binary until Harper brought out some leaflets, which is the reason that it's so suspicious that Harper would misgender Devon, because somehow Harper got all these leaflets even though no one in Redacre is talking about anyone being non-binary. They don't even have words for this. So Devon would really like to find people outside so they can talk to other people and find people who feel the same way, but Redacre's the cell-free zone, so there is no internet access, there are no cell phones, only the local Wi-Fi, so it's not possible to connect to other people, which is an interesting point about the whole digital age and everything, how it's easier to connect. But yeah, Devon did trust Bells. They were getting on and talking to each other, so I guess Bells' disappearance would have hit pretty hard as well. Anyways, there we go. We're done with actually this side of the road. The way to the underground is through a little hatch over here. Try sneaking back up. And then we're going to go over to the other side of the road. Yep. And we're out here. Okay, there's a couple of bits of evidence sometimes on the way. One is actually here today. So, suitcase under here. Have the old look over the city. This is, yeah, Fall Hazard. It's a sign really close to the edge. It's called Hoadly's Leap. Some people say it's to do with an old vicar jumping over the cliff, but that's possibly just a modern myth. Sometimes there's a poster on this tree. Usually you'd have that or the suitcase. One or the other. And here we are at 919 Hoadly, which I usually call the Treehouse house, because it has a treehouse. Anyways, there's sometimes some evidence on the scaffolding. Tie her up. It's a duffel bag here. I am going to sneak to the back of the house, though. This is one of my favourite houses because I love the treehouse, and there's often stuff in there and in this upstairs room, so it's usually a good place for items. Is this bathroom window open? Yes, okay, so we've got a way in there. Just gonna go check the treehouse first. Sometimes there's evidence in the treehouse, sometimes there's a poster on the tree. So I'll be looking for those as I run over. Can't see the poster there. One thing is you do need a grappling hook to get in, I think. I'm not sure it's possible otherwise. So you could miss out on evidence if no one in your group has a grappling hook. Obviously the grappling hook can be used to let other people in, and then you have the option to lower this ladder. We often don't, just because it makes it harder for the shape to get up, so there's a place to hide for a bit. Though the shape can jump up here. It's just rare. The others won't get you up here, so it can be a nice little hidey spot. Although sometimes there is a drone hovering around, so just got to watch out for that. Anyway, the bathroom window is open, so I'm just going to do the same trick jumping in, though I am suspicious now. Let's wait for that to die down a bit. I think I'm going to sneak around the side, so okay, so yeah, just a running jump from the hedge into this bathroom window. And then we're in. So 919 Hoadly. We don't actually know the current occupants. One thing we do know is that there's a lucid outside. Wasn't where I was going with the start of that sentence, but let's deal with that. There's often items in this closet, so I like it. There can actually be some evidence in here too.
Yeah,
Just
that's
gonna,
right. We got cameras too.
see if I can deal with this lucid quickly. Was it just this sleeper? Anyway. Sweet. So yeah, we don't know who lives here now, I don't think. But Waker Wellesley used to live here. If you don't know Waker, Waker was originally known as the Isolated Watcher. So SAO has these watchers who watch you. Shock. I know. Oh, there is a lucid poking around.
They say that the shape you can't see.
Got him.
Let's make life easier for ourselves. Right. So yeah, Waker used to live here. Waker was the Isolated Watcher. So the Pact, this is a group of voices who banded together to try to stop SAO, which didn't work out so well for most of them. They managed to trap a Watcher in the place between, which is that spacey place we sometimes go to. And while they were there, we could ask them any questions. We found out they were someone who used to be called Waker. It's not quite clear how much remains as Waker and how much is just, you know, some kind of echoey song thing. But yeah, that was a lot of original personality and aims came from being Waker once. She didn't like Kiara, but first of all, have I missed any evidence? It can be boxes or a suitcase. Yeah, suitcase over here. And then I've gone off on a tangent and forgotten completely where I was up to. So yeah, people could go into the place between for a while to ask Waker questions while she was trapped there. And one thing she asked to know was for the name of the person who betrayed her grandson Joel, and that was Kiara. After that, Waker demanded vengeance and ended up pairing up with Seed the Grudge, who is the voice of vengeance, so that makes sense. Some evidence downstairs as well, potentially. There can be something on this kitchen counter, besides the elegant desserts. Lock that, open this one. There's a couple potentially in the living room. A laptop on that table, and sometimes box in the corner, I think? Yes, confirmed. Boxes in the corner sometimes. Also, in this house, there can be something in the garage, which is over here. There can be a briefcase behind those boxes, or a poster on this wall. Can open the garage doors, but it's noisy. Just make sure you don't get those confused for the light switch, which you have done too many times because it'll make a lot of noise. Okay, last house of this part of Lower Hoadly. Often on stream we refer to this section as Lower Hoadly and the other bit as Upper Hoadly. Technically the Lower East and Lower West Hoadly, but we're rebels. Well, I am. Early on when grandmother was freed, she would often message people and they'd have to come to 919. I think they'd get taken to maybe SatCon even? But I'm not entirely sure. It'd be great to know more in the comments about that. It's an interaction that didn't happen with me. Right, over to here. There's the bunker. This is the only house that doesn't have an entrance to the underground directly in the house. You have to go through this bunker to get there. You can see I have actually been here before. There's a few different evidence places. There's these boxes here. Sometimes there's a briefcase in the racks as well. And sometimes there's a poster. But yeah, the boxes were here, so the others won't. Right, climbing back. Also, the way to the underground is through there. Sleeper poking around, quite a few open windows, so that's all good. There's wooden floors again in this house, so it's one you have to be careful with. Nothing in this office, I'm just opening the windows. Here's a closet, which is useful for hiding the occasional body in. This is the main room. We don't know much about the people who live in this one, unfortunately. There's a few photos around you can find. Sometimes there's evidence in this closet. Sometimes there's a laptop or a briefcase on or under the desk. But yeah, there's some photos around, but we don't know anything about the people here, really. And there's just a couple more places to highlight. Again, more pictures, so, I guess a military family. But yeah, no extra lore beyond what you can pick up from the house that I know of. Sometimes there's boxes by the door here, and occasionally a laptop on the kitchen table over there. So, yeah, not there today. Okay, there we go. Done with what we call Lower Hoadly, which is actually just Lower East Hoadly. And then we'll go on to what on stream we call Upper Hoadly. It's just easier to remember upper and lower. This one is more upper. So, 1001. This is actually the only one of Upper Hoadly where... Ah!
Wow, that worked.
Just how to deal with that. Take 2. This is actually the only one where we know much about, 1001. The person who lives here... We'll just come to upstairs where her office is. Just unlock that. Big story from a sleeper going on. There can be evidence in this living room. Sometimes a laptop on that sofa. And sneaking along, a couple in the kitchen. On worktops at either end. I think laptops. Nothing today. It's got pretty red lights outside, so I'll call it the red lighthouse. There's a way to the underground. Garage sometimes has stuff in, so we'll grab that. I'm going to check the outside later. Yeah, let's go upstairs and I'll tell you what we know. Maligras. Oh, is that how you pronounce it? Can't say I'm completely sure how to pronounce her name, but it's not one I found anywhere else. So I'm just gonna go with Maligras. Maligras. Anyway, she was running for mayor. She's a really interesting one because she wanted to bring some technology into Redacre, which is not something that's going to go down well with SAO. Currently missing, though, which is shocking, I know. So the family's recently moved to Redacre, but she didn't fall under the influence of the song, that's what we know. At some point she wrote a letter complaining about the lack of technology in Redacre School District. This is just taken from the wiki. Arguing that the school should prepare their students the instruments of success of the modern world, despite the limitations of living within the National Radio Quiet Zone. And then running for mayor, wanting to bring tech to schools. Obviously, Chorus and SAO wouldn't let that continue. SAO said that she likely hosted a rival voice. I love the sketches in here, though. See, she designed her own dresses. Light's a bit bright for that one. But yeah, building search and some flags. Very American mayor. Forgot to point out, sometimes there's a laptop on here as well. That's evidence. And you can find a suitcase in the other bedroom. This corner. But yeah, not there today. Cookie told me a story once about some kind of gruesome murder in a bathtub in this house, but I couldn't dig that up, so we'll have to get that up in a story time with Cookie sometime. Anyways, 1001 Hoadly. There can be some evidence outside as well. Sometimes the curse on this wooden structure. Evidence will be around the side of the house if it is outside. So yeah, poster on this wall, but yeah, not there today. Okay, I'm going to take a bit of a long way around to the next house. There's a lot to explore around here. It's a nice part of town. Jump up onto here and then you can get to this little metal shed which always has a place you can buy things. I'm going to want another trank dart just in case we run into more Lucids before we're done. And there's items underneath. Another trank dart. Should have checked it first. Okay, heading across that little log bridge. We come to the campsite. There's often evidence, a duffel bag on that chair. Very frequently you can get a curse as well. I'll just show you that spot before heading round to the next house. This spot often has a curse. I didn't show curses earlier, but you can hear them when you get close. There's quite a few in the corners of back gardens. One in a bathtub in Lower Hoadly. Okay, this house, if there's not evidence there, often has a duffel bag tucked away here. Or, oh no, it's right here, I think. It's an easy one to miss. And there can be one on the other side as well, which is actually there. There we go. Tucked away in these corners. I want it to be around the back of the house. It's fine. Can climb in through this window. So as I was saying, we don't know much about who lives in the other houses from here on in. What we do know is that this is the creepy clown room, which must be somehow LL related. Or just the devs having fun. There can be evidence in this bathroom as well. I mean, we're not going to find it because we've already found evidence here, but a duffel bag's... Oh no, a wheelie suitcase even somewhere in this bathroom. And the other bedroom can have a laptop here, right here. Okay, we haven't even been downstairs yet. I was going to say, I think we're done with this house, but I think I've found the evidence. I'll show you the spots. Again, there are some pictures. Distracted by those footsteps. There are some pictures of people, but we don't know anything about them really. Garage. There's a vent here that goes into a closet. It's a fun one to sneak around unless a sleeper comes at you. They're suspicious now. Oh dear. Okay. Well, what's a video without a bit of trouble?
Bad guy down.
It's awkward. So you put the body in the closet and skip on as if nothing has happened. Where were we up to? Just sneaking around. There can be a laptop on the dining room table. The way to the underground is in this bathroom. You can get something on the kitchen table. Yes, there can be a laptop on the kitchen table, or there can be a suitcase in this corner. There we go, house cleared. Again, loads of pictures, but don't know anything about them other than they love cereal and OJ. Okay. Last... Oh, wait. Technically it counts as this house, I think. There can be some evidence on this. Haha. Which is actually what those things are called. Then we're on to 1005 Hoadly. Again, I don't know anything. There can be a poster on this wall, but usually find evidence around the back of this one. The most common evidence is up here. Is actually there again. Yeah, the most common one here is right here. I'll just run through to show you the other spots if I can find a way in. Someone locked their house today, which is rude. Okay. Speed up. Entering 1005 Hoadly from the underground. Haven't had to do this for a while. La, la, la. Okay, so this is quite similar to the Esposito house in layout. With a slightly more sinister basement room. Can be a couple of bits of evidence here. You can get something next to the heater, something up there. Poster. Sneak up. Again, I think this is hard for... Oh no, this one's carpeted, so actually it's much nicer to sneak around. There can be a laptop in the living room on this chair. Just gonna unlock this. So we often get an exit up here, so worth just opening stuff up to make it easier to get through in the future. Just checking stuff. Noise makers have already got plenty. This bedroom can have a laptop on this desk. The bathroom can have something perched on the sink. And this other bedroom can have evidence on the dresser. So there we go, that was what we call Upper Hoadly. Again, there's photos, but we know nothing about the people in here. So that's all I got. There's daycare is the other section I'll show you. I don't actually know where all the evidence is in daycare, but I can show you the route I take running around. Although I haven't been gathering lockpicks, so this could get messy. You know what? I'm gonna go down and do the mission, see if I can grab some lockpicks, and I'll come back up to daycare after. Usually with daycare, I come up through the underground anyway, just because you get free ways into some of the buildings. So you can go in and pick any of the locks, but if you go in through the underground, you save a lockpick or two. So I'm just gonna speed up. Hopefully this will all go fine. One underground trip later. Okay, the way into daycare from the underground is up here. It's over this disc. You can get up to it from that route as well, which is the little passageway from the staircase room. Climb over this. Up here, and then yeah, don't actually need the grappling hook. Anyways, yeah, you look at this ladder, climb up. This is your way into daycare. The passage ahead branches out in two directions, and each of them will take you to a different building, which you can then get into without having to use a key. I mean, without having to use a lockpick, so it does save you lockpicks. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any lockpicks underground. I didn't look everywhere. It's an overground video. I don't want to be poking around there too much. Anyways, this one is a ladder going up. I'm gonna unlock this building, and then I'll head back downstairs just to do the other side. Usually, if I'm playing with other people, say I'm often on my streams, then I will just branch out and we'll just take a different route. But yeah, you have to, if you unlock it from the inside, I'll often go around unlocking everything so people know it's definitely unlocked and they won't waste their lockpicks on it. But just playing by myself, I know that already. So I'm going to go back down. Sometimes you do get evidence in these rooms as well. Just kind of counting this as underground, so I'm not covering it for this video. And I'm not entirely sure where the spots are, but do look around for it. And again, on the other side, this one has a lucid.
Got him.
Whoops. caused a bit too much trouble in this. Ooh. Important. Who heard? Who heard?
Neutralized.
That was suboptimal. Anyway, yeah, lovely fake wall here. Okay, yeah, so upstairs and you're into another building here. It's also a nice bit because I think you need a... Yeah, you need a key, a lock. You need a lockpick to even get into this bit, so... of the building. So yeah, it can save you a few lockpicks by taking that underground road. Mainly just unlocking everything for now. So there's one other building to get into. Everything else is done. Right. So what I usually do is first place I check. Again, I don't know everywhere in the school. It'd be really interesting if you know places I'm not about to check. It'd be really useful if you put them in the comments, me as well as anyone else. This Eve here I know can have a bag sometimes. The next place I check, I often just fly my drone over because it's often covered by a camera. But in the bushes over here, we've found evidence before. So just around here, nothing there today. There can be stuff in the playground, but yeah, often then what I'll do is I'll just have a run around the downstairs to see if there's any just lying about. And as I said, I just unlock everything just so... First of all, it means it's very easy for us to get out in or out of a building if we need to in a chase. And also, it just means everyone then knows that it's actually open. Some lockpicks would be great. Oh, there's sometimes evidence in here. I think it's around that table somewhere. I've found that before. But yeah, that's all I know about this room, really. This building even. 2 lockpicks, yes! I was going to have to show you a little trick with the foam. I can show you anyway, just for any new people, but I'll use it on the last building. Oh, evidence here. There we go. It's always worth checking this. That's quite a common one. Middle building often has it in the offices, or there can be one in the main entrance. So I'm just going to go check the main entrance first. I think it's tucked away in one of those corners. Always worth checking. Again, quick unlock of stuff. These offices you need lockpicks to get into. I have those now, so I'm going to use one here. There you go, some evidence. That's probably all of the overground evidence found then. With a couple at school. I haven't checked underground properly. That's probably the only ones I'm missing. Here's the thing. So if you kick down a door, to kick this in, you can see it's got a big sin symbol, so you're in trouble if it's caught. That's sin. Sin's what brings a shape. And yeah, that applies if it gets found out. It makes a lot of noise. If you foam the door first, then it's quiet. Still sin if you get found out, but it means you get that silent unlock, so you're less likely to be discovered straight away. Won't make people come running. But there you go. There's a good tip. Okay, last building. Let's go through to show where I go. Going through the offices. I think the main one I found in here is actually the bathroom at the end. I don't know any other places. Oh, I need to do the mission though. Just me forgetting absolute basics. Yeah, I'm just gonna unlock it all and then go to the bathroom. So yeah, daycare. What do we know about daycare? It helps Redacre's youngsters develop lifelong skills. Tells you your ears are for listening, hands are for sleeping, and voices are for singing, which is slightly creepy, but are you being a good sprout today? Important questions to ask yourself. There's a really cute alphabet over there. I was like a bit jealous of their reading corner. Look how cute this is. Anyways, there you go. Appreciation of the little thing. That's a really cute cartoon. Bathroom. Anyways, evidence. Often in one of these bathroom stalls. I think it's the second one. There's a suitcase sometimes. Little way outside here. Did we wash our hands today? It's possible to get upstairs through here. But yeah, I don't think I've seen evidence up here before. Anyway, I need to get these posters, finish the mission, and wrap everything up.
Cool. What was next?
There we go, that's the first one done. Ah, Sergeant Snuggles. I'm gonna miss Sergeant Snuggles. One of those, the actual thing is close your eyes and it'll tell you to join the Blackout Club, but Sergeant Snuggles, an icon of our time. So that is that. Thanks very much for watching. I'll be putting something out soon for the Sundown event that is imminent. If you like this video, then likes and subscribes are very helpful to me and tell me that I should keep putting this kind of thing out there. But yeah, thanks very much and have a great day.